Australia has just dropped a diplomatic bombshell, kicking out 4 Iranian diplomats, including the ambassador himself. The reason? Authorities claim Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is behind a string of violent anti-Semitic attacks right here in Australia. So, what's really going on, and how did things get so intense between Canberra and Tehran? Let me break it down. First, this isn't your everyday diplomatic beef. We're talking about high-stakes allegations. Australia's intelligence agency, ACO, says they've got credible proof that Iran's IRGC pulled the strings behind recent attacks on Jewish sites, like the arson at Melbourne's Adas Israel Synagogue and an attack on a kosher restaurant in Bondi. Apparently, Iran didn't just act alone. They used a layer cake of paid intermediaries and local criminals to do the dirty work. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese called this the most serious response Australia's ever taken against foreign interference. As you can imagine, Iran wasn't thrilled. Tehran's foreign ministry fired back, calling the claims baseless and politically motivated, suggesting Australia is just caving under domestic pressure and protests over the conflict in Gaza. And they've warned that this move could seriously damage diplomatic ties. Meanwhile, the world is watching. The US and other Western allies applauded Australia's tough stance, calling it a strong stand against foreign meddling and anti-Semitism. Israel, for its part, is a bit split. Its embassy in Canberra welcomed the move, but Prime Minister Netanyahu lashed out at Australia over its plan to recognize Palestinian statehood soon. So yeah, the geopolitics are getting complicated. Let's zoom out for a second. Booting diplomats is no small thing. It's a last resort move that signals a major diplomatic rift. We're talking about possible ripple effects for trade, security, and the whole balance of power in the region. Some analysts are even asking, could this be the start of a much bigger confrontation? All this follows a spike in anti-Semitic incidents in Australia since the war in Gaza erupted in 2023. Authorities have arrested suspects in the synagogue arson, and the Australian Federal Police are working with international partners to trace the money and masterminds behind the attacks. It's not just about ideology. It looks like criminal networks were paid to carry out violence on behalf of a foreign government. Bottom line, this story is far from over. Will things cool down, or are we looking at the next big flashpoint in international politics? I want to know what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you're into breaking down world events, hit that like button and subscribe for more sharp takes.